So Madrid fans, if I were you, I would be begging that Madrid get absolutely trashed by Man City. Don't think short term, think long term. Your club needs this. Your board needs to realize that your team is trash right now and nowhere near the best in Europe. Signing Mbappe and Davies will be nice, but it's not enough. It's not enough if you want another dynasty. The best possible outcome from Real Madrid is for them to get absolutely trashed by Man City. If I were a Real Madrid fan, I would want them to be absolutely trashed by Man City. Why? Because Real Madrid have been a poor team for a very long time. Nowhere near a top team. 2 years ago, Benzema with a GOAT-level campaign carried a mediocre Madrid side to the Champions League. The best ever Champions League campaign of the 21st century, by quite a distance in my opinion. That papered over the cracks. Last season they were fully exposed by Man City. Man City showed what their true colors were. But the issue was, Benzema's performance 2 seasons ago made the Real Madrid board think that the squad is competitive, even though it's far from the case. The only way Real Madrid can possibly win the tie against Man City is if their stars score some crazy goals completely against the run of play again. And the odds of that are very unlikely, especially with Benzema gone. If Man City trash Real Madrid, which is what's most likely to happen, the Real Madrid board will realize that the squad is shit right now, that they need to make new signings for Real Madrid to compete with the very top clubs in Europe. The worst possible outcome for Real Madrid in the long term is if they beat Man City. Why? Because the only way for that to happen is if some of their stars score some crazy goals completely against the run of play. It's very unlikely to happen. But in football, there's always a chance. 2012 Chelsea beat way stronger Barca and Bayern sides, but does that mean they were better? Of course not. Now, next season they're probably getting Mbappe, who's by far the best player of the 21st century. And yes, he'll be able to carry them to Champions League titles. He'll be able to put in GOAT-level campaigns like Benzema 2 seasons ago and help paper over a lot of the cracks. And yes, this will probably lead them to Champions League titles. But this is not a sustainable strategy, especially if they want a dynasty like the Champions League three-peat they had a few years ago. The Real Madrid board need that urgency. They need to make Galactical signings like they did in the 09-10 season, when they bought Kaká, when they bought Ronaldo, when they bought Benzema, when they bought Xabi Alonso, and then a year later when they bought Ozil and Di Maria. They need to have that same mindset. Otherwise, it's going to be almost impossible for them to have another Champions League dynasty such as the three-peat they had a few years ago. I don't know if you guys are religious. I'm not religious. But if I were a Real Madrid fan and if I were religious, I'd be praying every single day. I'd be praying that they get trashed by Man City. Remember, short-term gains are never as good as long-term success. Getting trashed by Man City 5-0 would hurt in the short term, but it could bring another era of prosperity, of glory, and of dominance.